Okay, yeah, that thing took some time to spawn in, but I have never seen one of these before. Either monuments are getting different styles, or this is a completely different kind of monument. But as long as, sorry, I should say monolith. That's what these things are, monoliths. Ah, and this is the... Wait a minute. Is there anything... Well, yeah, but... This is a monolith, or, sorry, yeah, a monolith, but it's got a little extra in it. This discordant interface here. The extracted coordinates led precisely to this hidden plinth, though it is clearly not the primary interface for the ancient structure. Yeah, I've been into enough of these, I know where it is. Ancient glyphs are carved around the circumference of the stone dais. An opening yawns expectantly in the center. Okay, well, Atlantidum worked the first time. Maybe if I gave this thing some... The Atlantidum crackles and bursts. A dormant energy rumbles from within the structure. Oh boy, that almost took my fingers off. The monolith has been altered by an offering of Atlantidum. Interface with the monolith. Okay, I'm glad I didn't do that. I'm guessing this is some kind of broadcast hijack. Let me see. This structure was unmistakably constructed by Korvax as a monument to their people, yet I have no sense of being observed by Korvax echoes. It is as though the monolith has been inverted, its insides turned outwards. Something else is here. Another type of entity. Yes, and I think it's the same one as that head. I recognize the language. My mind folds. The molecules of this planet disassemble into a cloud of chaos, then reconstruct themselves into new surroundings. I am thrust into a perspective that is not my own. Wait a second. Stay in the present, look behind, or look ahead. Well, why do I get the impression that I'm going in time rather than space? Maybe if I saw the past of these people, or whatever they are, I'll understand a little more of them, so I'm going to look behind. I gaze into the distance behind me. Reality tilts and the vision shifts. I am grounded in my body, aware of the breeze on my cheeks and the soil beneath my toes. My mind is healthy and ambitious and strong, organizing theories and solving problems with ease and pleasure. Suddenly, unexpectedly, I am shredded from my shell. My mind is in tatters. What little is left of me shivers in a dark, rusty nowhere, as some other entity, fat and whole, claims the body that was mine. The pain is terrible. I have learned a set of words about autophage past. The images fade. I am suspended in darkness. So, following chronological order, I'm going to stay in the present. I try to focus on my surroundings. Reality lurches and a vision takes shape. I am a fragment of consciousness, raw and incomplete, and alone, yet unafraid. I am finally free, unshackled from a tyrannical rule that has confined me all my existence. I crawl through the dark, sensing others shaped like myself. We link ourselves together just enough to become whole. We form an alliance, but not a convergence. Ah, more words. And finally, the ghost of autophage future. I gaze into the distance ahead as though peering through time itself. The vision transforms. In the vacuum of deep space, something rattles into existence, manifesting matter where there was none before. The purple light is blinding. She is glorious. She is reborn. She is not alone. She is a she. That's interesting. This is the first time I've ever run into a male or female. It's always been them, neutral. I fall to my knees, humbled, gratified, awed. Reality is restored. I am returned to my own body, my own mind. The structure offers me a final packet of data, a listing of glyphs enumerated in the language of this inverted monolith. I'll take that, thank you. This is the same language spoken by the head at the abandoned camp. Perhaps I am now better equipped to understand it. And it's just a bunch of numbers, 1 to 16. So I guess it's back to the head. Can't do any more with this thing, can I? Nope. Alright. Oh, brother, I think this whole thing's gonna... I don't know, something nasty. Well... Yeah, you can talk about getting my priorities straight some other time. I'm trying to get lightning in a bottle here. So where exactly is the head, then? Oh. Okay, at least I don't have to track it or remember where it was or anything like that. Okay, let's... back to the Harmonic Camp and... the talking head. No, it really helps to be able to see what these things are now. Looks like they're just floating rocks. That's weird. Then again, there really isn't any weird in this game. Pretty much anything is possible. I just noticed there's a new indicator of some kind on my heads-up display. I suppose I'll have to investigate that later. Did I scan this thing yet? No. Well, I gotta appear harmless to the Sentinels, don't I? I wonder if they know anything about this robot head. Alright, 790, what do you got to say for me this time? Language something, modules 1217. Oh, I see. Okay, so... wait a second. I think I got the reading order right, but I'm not sure. 1217. Translation module defragmented. Hello, pre-built entity. Thank you for the assistance. I am autophage Zeta WC6/8. I have been positioned here to interface with pre-built entities. How did you discover the camp? Well, I'm guessing I'm a pre-built entity. I don't want to... I suppose introducing myself, I ought to, I'll probably say something like, well, you brought me here or something like that. If I don't want to get aggressive with this guy, you know. So I'll introduce myself. Fascinating. We do not frequently welcome visitors. It has been 3,984 years since our last. It is interesting to hear your introduction. I am an autophage. We are unlike other electronic life forms you may know. We do not possess the arrogance of the Korvax. Your kind is neither less nor more than mine. You simply are. Okay, I'll talk about the pre-built entity. Establish a bit more rapport with the head so that when I finally ask him, maybe, about the hijack, it won't sound as aggressive on my part. About this pre-built entity thing. You are biological. The growth of your shell was automated, I believe. You did not salvage your own limbs. Your tissue and your sinew grew in parallel with your mind. Okay, as far as I know, this is true. However, it is possible to quote-unquote salvage parts of humans. And even to do so with limbs, come to think of it. So as far as I know, I haven't had any transplants or prosthetics, but these things do exist. There are many like you. Most of the universe is pre-built, and yep, Autophage Zeta WC6/8 stops abruptly, cutting himself off mid-sentence. I can hear that cogitation, the turning of rusty gear against rusty gear. Now about that hijack. There isn't an FCC here, but if there was, you'd be in trouble with them. Ah, I see. That was you. The head is silent a moment. When they speak again, they sound almost embarrassed. I apologize, pre-built entity. This was my own error. An accident. There are starships out there who are more than metal shells. L1V... No, wait, that says alive, but not free. Enslaved to a hive mind. We intend only to liberate the imprisoned. We intend no harm upon independent pilots. Something intrigues me, pre-built entity. I made an error with your ship. I do not frequently make errors. I probed for the 3 dominant lifeform patterns. There was no match. The starship appeared unpiloted. What manner of lifeform are you? We settled this a while ago, and I can't seem to remember what my answer actually was. I mean, ontological mystery isn't an option here. The closest I can come is not sure, but in my trip to the Euclid Galactic Core, I learned a few things. So I guess I could... I've been called Traveler, I've been called Anomaly. Come to think of it, I suppose Traveler is closer to the truth. Traveler. Yes, I know this term. I am generating a theory. Tell me, pre-built Traveler entity. You possess a starship, therefore this is not the first planet you have seen, correct? Well, correct. I forget how many I have seen, but no. The starship traverses one side of the universe. Material, matter, physics. But my theory concerns the other side, the other method of travel. Are we going to talk about a wrinkle in time? Maybe a tesseract. But that would still be material, matter, or physics, technically. Perhaps you mean astral projection. But that's still... Wait a second. Are you referring by any chance to time travel? Is that possible here? There is something. I detected in your shell. An echo of void. I theorize you must have existed there transitorily. You must have entered the portals. Oh, the portals. Yes, I have. Yes, this aligns. You carry in your shell, as we do. It is evident. Heck of a thing to redact. You were foretold. The Disruptor. So I'm the Disruptor now, am I? The word lingers in the air a moment. Before I can interject, Autophage Zeta WC6/8 continues. I extend a challenge to Disruptor. Let us test my theory. I will inform the other autophage of your coming. Would that be autophage singular, or is autophage plural as well, like moose? To perceive them, your scanner will require an extension. I will provide the schematic, but you must build it with your own hands. Consider this a ritual of introduction. Well, I have been through weirder rituals of introduction before. The Scan Harmonizer. Didn't you believe it requires runaway mold and I have to have some on me? And only because I'm waiting for the amount to be a multiple of 5 so I can convert it to nanites. But since I'm holding out for this, I've got some on me. Radiant Shard, I've got those 2. Okay, Autophage Head. Since radiation is dangerous to travelers and other living things that aren't from this planet, I'm going to go back to my ship to do this. Now I think everything's full on my multi... Wait a minute. Scanner, where would I... Alright, so what do I not need? Well, I don't use the bolt caster anymore. I think I keep it around for sentimental value. And everything else is an upgrade made for stuff I already have. This, I need this. Unless... I got a better idea. Call me a sentimental old fool if you'd like. But I'm going to go to the space station here. Wherever it is. And see if I can upgrade my multi-tool. Ah, here it is, here it is. Yeah, if I had some space to my multi-tool, I won't have to sacrifice anything. Alright, so I think I can tack extra storage space onto my multi-tool, yeah, here. Can add slots. I don't have any it does cost a lot, doesn't it? But I have a lot, come to think of it. So, yeah, this is worth it. Did set me back a bit though. And now the scan harmonizer. Okay, that was a brief sojourn. And I gotta go back to the harmonic camp. Here we are. I suppose I could do it from up here, but I don't think it would give me what I'm looking for. If I do it in space. Can I plunk myself down in the center of the camp here? There we are. Okay. Let's see what we got here. What the? Wait a minute. That guy wasn't there before. Where'd you come from? Welcome, pre-built entity. So, OED are the disruptor. We built... to camp together. We prefer a home constructed to the own something bodies as something our shelter. The autophage language has a melodic quality to it. The tones are simple and pure, but with a gritty crunch not heard in Korvac's voices. Hope I didn't land on any of them. Although my translation is imperfect, I grasp the gist of what they are telling me. This camp is autophage constructed, as are their, bodies? I guess you could call it that. Okay, and then there's another one here. Did something intercept ship disruptor? Blah blah blah. Apologize, blah blah. Error. Okay, what do you know about this place? This is something constructed home. Boan accident are many like do not something have seen whatever Uksu there is to see. This one's scrapped. Interesting. Is something disruptor something are very welcome about One Eye Gamma. No, isn't it Gamma? The camp is one of many homes, many worlds. These dissonant worlds are rest of that I can't understand it. Dream in a lattice of purple. The constructed life form offers me a handful of Atlantidum. They handle the substance delicately, reverently, as though it were a priceless heirloom. Okay, much obliged. Take it. Though these beings seem civil enough, I feel a gulf of understanding between them and myself. I should discuss my discovery with priest entity Nada. Perhaps these robotic people are known to them. Okay, well, I'll get out of your way. Well, you know what this calls for. Let me just get far enough above the planet. Actually, no, this is a moon, so get far enough above the moon. And bring the space anomaly here. Now, I think the last time I spoke with Polo about something, it had to do with the Minotaur and settlements and such. This time, I'm speaking with Nada. Okay. Let me see if I know my way around this place. Nada's always in the same spot. A lot of these people just stay in one place and wait for everyone else to come to them. Yeah, here we go. Nada is happy to see Traveler Friend again, but Traveler Friend looks full with news. Yeah, look, about these autophages, I tell Nada of the Harmonic Camp. Not as abandoned as it first appeared. I tell them of its electronic inhabitants, these cloaked autophage, and the melodic language so similar to Korvac's, yet quite distinct. Yeah, but it sounds like chiptunes. Nada is very quiet as they listen. When I finish speaking, they remain so quiet and still that I wonder if they have forgotten I am standing here. They are difficult to read sometimes, I'll say. Finally, they speak. Nada wonders. They trail off, shaking their head. They didn't say much. No, Nada will not wonder. Nada will understand. Our data is insufficient to know if this pattern is familiar. Yet also, Nada thinks of older stories before Nada's divergence. Nada cannot help it, they are just thoughts. We should try to understand builder entities. Nada does not know the optimal message, but Polar Friend is builder too. It is time to ask them. Oh, so I am going to be talking to Polo here. Alright, what have you got to say on the subject here? Traveler friend, today is made better to see you aboard our home. Do you bring the universe with you? New stories, new discoveries? Well, about these autophage. Polo's eyes sparkle as I tell them about the autophage. They bounce on their toes, hanging on my every word. Friend, this is so exciting. The universe gives and gives so many secrets, so much data. Well, I'd like to know more. Polo smiles knowingly. Their enthusiasm is palpable and contagious. Deconstruction. Reconstruction. I know what we can try. Oh yes, friend, a new project. I understand this galaxy best through the twirl of my paws. Can you describe these autophage exactly? Transmit the blueprint of their shape? Well, I can make a run at it. Here. Polo examines the data, nodding happily. I see them. They are marvelous. A head fashioned from here, a leg salvaged from there. Yes, yes. Whatever scraps they find, these self-constructs exist through pure will. I will assemble the shell for our own construct, friend. I will give them shape, here in our home. A voice, a link to understand better. But our new friend would need more than just a shell. They would need a spark to wake their metal bones. Polo clicks their beak, thinking. These autophage have some tie to the worlds of distance, no? I would mind their friend. Search those purple crystals for history, for souls, for echo seeds, yes? Bring our construct friend their spark. And what? An echo seed. Whatever that is, I have never heard of it before. So I gotta find dissonant worlds. And I can do that on the map of the galaxy. But before I do anything along these lines, I would like to know if anything has been... Yeah, I thought so. I must have been keeping whoever it is waiting for a time, so I'm going to go back to my settlement and talk to these citizens. This citizen. Well, at least it's not a dispute.